This video will provide an overview of all the buttons on the Polycom 650 and 670 phones. There are additional videos that go further in depth on how to use specific features. The first thing most people notice is the graphic display. We will start here and work our way clockwise around the phone. The 650 is equipped with a black and white LCD screen, whereas the 670 has a color LCD display. The display shows the caller ID information for incoming calls, a timer on any call in progress, and other information about calls, messages, and the current state of the phone. On the right side, you will see the current date and time. This is updated automatically for daylight savings. Along the bottom of the display, you will see 4 soft keys. The words here will change depending on what state the phone is in and will provide you options that you can use at that moment. Sometimes you will see the rightmost soft key labeled as More. This means that there are more than 4 options that the phone can do at this time. In an idle state, you will only see 2 options, New Call and Retrieve. Just remember, you need to press the 4 soft keys below the words and not the words themselves. This is not a touch screen. Next to the display in the upper right corner is an LED indicator. It is clear now, but will flash red when you have a new voicemail or when the phone is booting up. Once you clear all new voicemail messages, the red light will go away. Below that indicator, you will see a cluster of buttons with arrows. These are your display control buttons. When there are choices on the display, you can use the arrows to move around the screen and highlight the choices. Use the check mark to select your choice, and the X works as a backspace or delete when entering text. As an example, if we press the menu button, we can highlight our choice and use the check mark to select the option. As you do this, you will notice your soft keys changing to also give you options to select or cancel. You can use either option or alternate as it feels most comfortable or most natural to you. You can also use the corresponding number on the keypad to make your selections. When your phone is in an idle state, you may also notice that these display control buttons can serve as shortcuts to other options. For example, the down arrow displays your missed calls. The menu button is one way to access all of the phone's settings and features. It is a complete list but may require many steps to get to the option you need. Oftentimes, you will find it faster to use one of the preset buttons on the phone, but note that everything can be accessed through the menu as well. The primary reason you would use the menu button is to customize the settings on your phone, like your ringtone. Please watch our video on settings for complete instructions. The Messages button is the quick way to access your voicemail messages. When you press this button, it displays your message center, which shows how many urgent, new, and old voicemails you have. Press the Connect soft key and it dials right into the voicemail system. It will default to speakerphone unless you have a headset plugged in and turned on, but you can switch to handset mode at any time. To learn more about using your voicemail, please watch our separate video on voicemail. The Do Not Disturb button enables and disables the Do Not Disturb function. More detail on using this feature is in our video for call forwarding and Do Not Disturb. The Mute button makes it so that your caller cannot hear you, though you can still hear them. This is often used while on conference calls so that background noises do not disturb the presenters. The Mute function works for all modes of the phone, whether you are in speakerphone mode, headset mode, or using the handset. When you are on a call and press the mute button, it will light up red. This is an important indicator that the mute feature is active. If you do not see the red light, your caller can hear you. Many people try to use their hand to cover the microphone on the handset instead of using the mute button. Please be aware, this can actually amplify your voice. To ensure you cannot be heard, make sure you see the red light. When you no longer wish to be muted, press the mute button again and resume your call as normal. The speakerphone button allows you to communicate hands-free. Press it once and the button will light up in green, and you can hear sound coming through the speaker. Press the speakerphone button again and the green light goes away. This will also end your call. If you simply mean to switch between modes of communication, like switching to handset mode, be sure to pick up the handset before hanging up with the speakerphone button. The headset button works in much the same way. If you have a compatible headset plugged in, press the headset button to activate headset mode. You will see the button lights up green. This is all you need to communicate in headset mode. You do not need to lift the handset. These phones are compatible with both wired and wireless headsets, but will not work with Bluetooth headsets or earbuds. For a list of compatible headsets, contact your system administrator. The microphone for when you are in speakerphone mode is on the bottom right of the phone unit. Please be aware of its location so you do not rustle papers or have other interfering sounds when you are in speakerphone mode. The volume keys control the volume of all things you can hear. You can set the volume for each mode independently. While the phone is idle, pressing the plus or minus will change the volume of your ringtone. If you pick up the handset, it will adjust the volume of what you hear through the handset earpiece. As we do, you'll notice the handset icon on your display and the bars to show the volume setting. If you are in speakerphone mode, you can set the volume of the speaker, and if you are in headset mode, you can set the volume of what you hear through the headset earpiece. The volume control key is a set and stay setting, and you do not need to press a save key. The dial pad, like on any traditional phone, is where you enter the digits to make a phone call. The dial pad will also allow you to enter names and numbers in the contact directory. Additionally, when there are numbered choices on the display, you can press the corresponding number on the dial pad to select that option. The hold button allows you to put an active call on hold. When you press the hold button, the caller will hear hold music set by your system administrator. When you are ready to resume the call, press the hold button again. The redial button is one-touch dialing to call the last person you had dialed. It will default to speakerphone mode unless you have a headset plugged in and turned on, but you can pick up the handset to switch to handset mode. The transfer button will initiate the transferring of an active call to another person. The conference button will initiate a conference of 3 participants. More information on using these features is in our video of conferencing, transferring, and parking a call. The Applications button is used only by system administrators, so you can ignore this button. The Directories button is what you will use to access your call lists and contact directory. Our video on call lists and contact directory will provide you more detail on using these features. The speaker is located on the left side of the phone under the handset and is where the sound comes out when you are in speakerphone mode. The hook switch toggles the phone from active to idle state, meaning you can use it to hang up or end a call. To the left of the display are 6 buttons or line keys that correspond to the phone lines you can answer. If you only answer one line, your direct line, it will be this top button, and you will see your extension listed next to it on the display. If you answer an additional line, such as a main line, hotline, or your supervisor's phone, you will see those numbers next to the corresponding line keys as well. If you are missing any of your lines, contact your system administrator. If you do not answer 6 separate phone lines, any empty buttons can be used as speed dial keys for one-touch dialing to the numbers you call most often. Please view our video on call lists and contact directory for more information. On the side of each line key is a small LED light or line indicator. This can show you the state of your phone or line. A fast flashing green light indicates that you have an incoming or ringing call. A solid green light shows you have an active call in progress. A flashing red light indicates that you have placed someone on hold. A solid red light will only appear on shared lines to indicate that someone else has answered that line and it is busy. In addition to these line indicators, you will also see various line icons on the display as you use your phone. A registered phone will show a solid white telephone. If you see a split gray and white telephone, that means you are sharing the line with someone and it can be answered from another desk. For more information on working with shared lines, please watch our video on shared lines. When a call comes in, you will see musical notes next to the appropriate line key. When you are on an active call, you will see two arrows pointing in opposite directions. When you place a caller on hold, you will see a white phone with the handset upside down and flashing. As you make an outgoing call, you will see an arrow moving to the left. When you have a new voicemail waiting, you will see an envelope next to the applicable line key, and when Do Not Disturb is activated, you will see a large X next to each of your line keys. This concludes the overview of the Polycom SoundPoint IP650 and 670 phones. Please watch our additional videos to learn more about using specific features.